The Milwaukee Bucks have just won the NBA championship. They defeated the Phoenix Suns. I will tell you what that means for the NBA and also the Bucks, not to mention Giannis Antetokounmpo's legacy after the bumper. What's good, everybody? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss channel and Victory Formation. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell, and all that good stuff. Here's the thing. The Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks have taken home the 2021 NBA championship. They did it with their Game 6 win over the Phoenix Suns. Giannis had a 50-piece, 50 points, 14 rebounds, 5 blocks to have one of the most historic performances in the NBA Finals history. Like, I don't know if there's too many games you can put over that performance. 50 and 14 and 5, it's not too much. Obviously, he took home the Finals MVP. He had 3 games where he had over 40 and 10 rebounds in the series. Giannis put his foot all up in the Phoenix Suns. The Bucks won the last 4 games. After Phoenix went up 2-0. After Giannis had that hyperextension and came back when nobody thought he was supposed to, I honestly thought, to be honest, I said it on here. When Giannis hurt himself, hyperextended his knee, I wasn't for sure if he would play the rest of the playoffs. When I saw the injury, I was like, that looks pretty rough. This man is a superhuman and was able to come back and win. That's that Nigerian strength. Everybody want to reference that the man is from Greece. And yeah, we understand he played basketball in Greece. But the man is from Nigeria. Like, he's African. Let's not forgetting. Everybody, Greece. No, his name is Antetokounmpo. That's Nigerian. Anyway, get off that soapbox. The Nigerian freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he looks like the best player in the NBA. And what this championship does, right? There's a lot of things that this championship by the Bucks does for the league, for everybody, for Giannis, for Milwaukee, for small market teams. It proves that there are multiple ways to win a championship. Now, don't get me wrong. There were injuries that took place this season. The Brooklyn Nets were hurt. James Harden and Kyrie Irving missed multiple games. The Lakers were hurt. Anthony Davis got hurt. Atlanta defeated Philly when they weren't supposed to. Like, there was some stuff that happened in these playoffs that probably made the transition easier for Milwaukee or whatever, but Milwaukee had their own injuries. Dante DiVincenzo got hurt. He's a minor player, but he is a role player that plays on that team, regardless of the fact that Milwaukee Bucks won the championship. And here's what that does. It shows to you that you can win the championship in multiple different ways. Obviously, the easiest and most convenient way is to create a super team, right? To do what the Lakers have done, to do what the Miami Heat have done, do what the Golden State Warriors have done, whatever. But there's also the way that you can build around a star that you drafted. Get him the right pieces. Now, you have to have a transcendent star. You have to have a Giannis. Think about it. Giannis wasn't taken in the lottery. And you have to have players that overachieve. Chris Middleton was a second-round pick. And then you have to do what you need to do to go out and get the pieces to help bridge the gap, right? If you draft a transcendent star, a Giannis, a Luka down in Dallas, a Trae Young in Atlanta, these Joel Embiid in Philadelphia. When you draft a player that's just at that caliber, you have to do everything possible to bridge the gap to get them over the hump and win the championship. That's what Milwaukee did. A lot of people like me made fun of Milwaukee for giving all that money to Chris Middleton, for giving all that money to Drew Holiday, for trading away, doing all these things, and signing guys like Bobby Portis who looked like he had run himself out of the league, going out and acquiring a guy who doesn't score many points in PJ Tucker. But all of those moves, brick by brick by brick, to go on top of the fact that their star played like a star, a superstar at that, 50 points, 3 40-point games in the finals, that's how you build a champion. It doesn't always, and the thing is, Giannis is a unicorn in this fact, the fact that he doesn't have the best handles, he doesn't shoot free throws very well, and he's not a perimeter player. All we've been told now is that to win a championship in this league, this NBA, the 2021 version of the NBA, your star has to be able to create offense on his own, some kind of handle, be a perimeter player, perimeter oriented, meaning he can shoot threes, and at least make some free throws, 70% of the time. And Giannis honestly doesn't do any of that. But somehow, some way, he is able to will his championship, his team to a championship. The thing is, the reason why this is so shouldn't be mind-boggling, but is because we've been told in transition everybody has to play like the Warriors to win a championship. Everybody has to have a Steph Curry and have a Klay Thompson and have a Kevin Durant and have, 5 guys that can shoot threes. No, you don't. And the history of the NBA tells us you don't. There have been dominant big men throughout this league for the longest. Everybody wanted a big man. That's why Hakeem Olajuwon gets drafted over Jordan. That's why Greg Oden, hell, even more recently, gets drafted over Kevin Durant. Because you always thought to win championships, you had to have guys like Kareem, or guys like Bill Russell, or guys like Tim Duncan, or Kevin Garnett. You know what I'm saying? 7-footers that played like 7-footers. And then recently, because of LeBron James, because of Kevin Durant, because of Steph Curry, we feel like, nah, your big man got to shoot threes. Your big man got to play like guards. It's no, your big man can play like big men, and you can still win a championship. You can still be a dominant team, and you can still win a championship. Case in point, Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. Don't get me wrong. You can't do it by yourself. You have to have help. Drew Holiday changed this series. The way he guarded Chris Paul for 94 feet, and then the way he guarded Devin Booker, especially in Game 6. Had the clamps on Book. He put the clamps on Book. Let's just call it what it was. He put the clamps on Booker. So, this is beautiful. This is beautiful to see that you can win in multiple ways. And this is the second non-super team, non-formulated through free agency, manipulated through free agency in the last 3 years. The last 3 years, there's been 2 non-super teams to win the championship. 2 non-super teams that didn't orchestrate their way to a championship. Two of the last 3 years, a team that was basically constructed through the draft and a few trades here and there have been able to win a championship. Toronto Raptors did it a couple years ago. Now, granted, they went out and got a big fish in Kawhi Leonard, but they drafted Pascal. They drafted Fred VanVleet, and they drafted Kyle Lowry, and they they acquired Marc Gasol years before. They acquired him not years before, but they acquired Marc Gasol through a trade, and then they traded for Kawhi Leonard. Same with the Milwaukee Bucks. They drafted. They traded early. They basically drafted Chris Middleton. They drafted Giannis. They acquired Brook Lopez years ago, and then they made a trade for Drew Holiday. They signed Bobby Portis, and they were able to build a champion. It's pretty beautiful. It's beautiful when you think about it, when you lay it out all of the line to see the way these teams are built, and you don't have to play like the Warriors. You can actually play like basketball teams have always played and still get the same results, which is just championship. Now, obviously, you can say, well, Brooklyn would have beat them, but they were hurt, or the Lakers would have beat Phoenix and would have beat them if they weren't hurt. Injuries are a part of the game. You can't predict injuries. And the thing about some of these teams that you're talking about, and these players, or Joel Embiid and the Sixers would have been better if Joel wasn't hurt. The thing about it, these guys get hurt all the time. Anthony Davis is injury prone. Kyrie Irving is injury prone. LeBron probably could have another championship if Kyrie Irving doesn't get hurt earlier in his career. James Harden is now starting to be injury prone. He's starting to get hurt more often. Injuries are part of the game. It has nothing to do with Milwaukee. They did what they were supposed to do. They handled their business. They acquired the talent. Coach Bud, somebody who I've been critical of not making adjustments, made the proper adjustments, and they brought home a title because of it. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below and in the chat. What are your thoughts on Milwaukee and their quest and their winning of a championship this year and the way they did it, the way they were able to orchestrate the team, put it together through the draft, through trades, and through free agency? Leave your thoughts in the chat and in the comments. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr. with the Black Boss Channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in, and be sure to hit the thumbs up button on your way out. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.